now, the entire crypto market desperately attempts to provide relief to the baby bulls. After months and months of complete and utter dumpage that has sent the Moon Boys crying with their tails between their legs back to their mommy and daddy's house, is the biggest breakout of the century now upon us. And this one single chart that I'm going to show you is so shocking, so downright disgusting, that even a crypto investor wouldn't send it a DM in the hopes of receiving feet pics. I'm your host, Spitz and Magoos, and right now, something truly shocking, mesmerizing, and absolutely mind-blowing is happening on these charts. What I'm about to show you is literally enough to change everything. And if we start off here with the S&P 500, the SPX, right now what we've done this week is bounce right at the 200-week moving average. And as we've been discussing, this is completely critical. And as of today, we've now breached back above the 10 DMA on the SPX as well. Now, breaking back above 42 is pretty much, to me, back into very bullish territory. We're not even close to that. But there are many things that have happened in the interim that are absolutely mind-numbing and even mind-blowing. But first of all, obviously, this is huge. And so there's a lot of really interesting things I want to talk about. I'm not even sure where I want to start off here first. So we can actually start off with Bitcoin, I guess. At this very second, we have gotten rejected off the 21-day, which is a little above 20,000 per Bitcoin. However, let's be honest here. What is shaping up on these charts? Well, one, let's take a look at the DXY. The DXY, as we've been talking about, did touch the top of this trend line, and now it is heading back to the bottom. And this, in my opinion, and it very clearly, as you can see, looks to be an ascending broadening wedgie, which is just one of the most big, ginormous patterns that there is in technical analysis. And we've had many touches here. We can start off here, a touch right here, if you will, a tip touch, if you will. Here we have one right here. We have two right here, here, and here. We have one here. And then most recently back in July, as crypto was getting dumped on, the DXY topped, and then it took about a month to bottom. And after rallying for literally like the past 2 months, we have finally gotten another top. And many people are saying, well, that this potentially could be a longer term dump for the DXY for the very first time, basically for the past, the entire year of 2022. Now, it definitely is too premature to say that. However, only another 3% drop roughly, or about 2.5% drop roughly, if the SPX would fall, the DXY, if the DXY would fall below these levels, then absolutely, I would be looking for a longer-term downtrend for the DXY and massive, complete, and utter pumpulation for the SPX and Bitcoin. It's still way too early to call any of that. However, right now, we are testing kind of this local support right here where we set this top back at the very beginning of September, so a month ago. And as well, if you're interested in over $16,000 in trading deposit bonuses below, make sure to check those out. And as well, for BitGET specifically, which is also available for U.S. customers, if you simply put in an email and create a password, which takes 20 seconds, you will receive 10 USDT futures trading bonus for free simply by signing up. And, it takes 20 seconds. And there's also up to an additional $8,000 in deposit bonuses with that as well. But there are many signs showing that potentially the DXY might be topping out here. There's a lot of pressure maybe for the Fed to pivot. I don't see that happening anytime soon. However, really every day there's something crazy happening. For pizza's sake, what happened yesterday was North Korea launched a missile over Japan or something weird. Every day, all it takes is one piece of news, one fundamental change. Credit Suisse or Deutsche Bank or something going insolvent or going bankrupt or something. Again, any of this could happen any day. There's a million things that we couldn't even foresee that might happen any single day. And one thing for sure, though, is everybody expects everything to be really, really, really dumpy. So that's what's expected. So in that sense, the only really surprise would be something bullish to happen. Unless, World War III broke out or something absolutely bananas, for sure. That would be another completely downright dumpy trigger again as well. It's been very bearish for a year. We've been in a bear market for pretty much a year. And the pressure to the downside is much more limited, in my opinion, than the pressure to the upside. I think there's a lot more opportunity to the upside over the next 6+ months, obviously. Do I think we're done dumping? I'm not convinced. However, if we take a look on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, this is absolutely huge as well. We crossed bullish on the MACD for Bitcoin 2 months ago. And we have not had a bearish MACD cross since. In fact, it looks as though the weekly momentum is shifting, very similar to like what we saw in 2020. Now, keep in mind, we would need interest rates to not be continuously increased so detrimentally for that to happen. We would need the money printer to turn back on for Bitcoin to really start to shine. However, again, how much further can this market dump? I think that's just something you have to be asking yourself, if you zoom out, okay? If you zoom out, it's just very clear that we received maximum dumpage. And again, downside is limited if we start to see any change in the current situation. If we start to see the CPI readings not look as bad, again, we're pretty close to getting another CPI reading. In fact, less than 10 days until the next CPI. So again, that is going to move markets. Again, it's one of those things where it's kind of a ticking time bomb. We're just waiting for one of these readings to not be as bad, because so far they've been bad. They've been getting worse. But all we have to do is wait, however long it takes. Whenever it starts getting better, that's one thing to watch for. Whenever it starts getting better, if we start to see a better one, imagine how fast this market can move, okay? Imagine how fast it can reverse, right? Because people are really, desperately waiting for $10,000 per Bitcoin. They're waiting for these crazy prices, which could absolutely happen. But every month that goes by that it doesn't happen, okay, in my opinion, makes it less and less likely that we're going to see these insanely dumpy prices that a lot of people just think are guaranteed. So you can miss these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of over $16,000 in trading bonuses below. Take 30 seconds to sign up and receive 10 free USDT on BitGet, which is also available for US customers. And in addition, with my link below, 0 trading fees with Spot. And also the biggest bonus for BitGet that is available with the link below. Without any further ado, that's free.